So I don't know. Be warned, this is a potential psyop, although there was a plane crash today. Air India. And this individual on your screen is Ramesh. He's a British national. He's the lone survivor of an Air India plane crash. He reportedly jumped out of the emergency exit. Now, there is potential film of it. As the plane was landing, you can see this. What looked like, or what people are saying, is a door flutter through the air. I have a hard time believing this. I've got so many questions. One, how does this guy manage to pop the door open? Maybe he was sitting beside the door. You've still got to be up a few hundred feet. You're just going to jump out a few hundred feet and walk away? This dude was walking down the street. I mean, I want to believe in miracles as well, but I think there's something else to it. This isn't weird at all, is it? Now let's go check it out. So apparently he was sitting, for those who are interested, in seat 11A, by the way. And it was a Boeing Dreamliner. This is Ramesh. So, you're telling me this guy just popped out the emergency exit before the plane burst into flames, like moments before it burst into flames, taking with it everybody else on board, sadly. And there's all kinds of images popping up on X. Now, I don't know what they're trying to put on us, if this is serious, if this really did happen. Further information will be coming out over the next moments, but take a look at this guy. He's shrugging it off. It seems more to me, if he's just walking around in this state, I mean, I guess adrenaline. Adrenaline. However, it would seem to me that he would probably have more to do with whatever happened to that plane, as opposed to just being a hapless victim on it. Like, that's some pretty interesting timing. It's kind of like shorting the market before those planes flew into the trade centers, if you know what I mean. I'm not being conspiratorial at all. I want this story to be true so badly. I mean, it's not looking... I mean, he's just walking down the street. He just jumped out of a plane, out of an emergency exit as it was falling out of the sky just after takeoff. I mean, I guess that is the time to do it. But usually it's still at a height. If you ever think of people, like you hear the stories about stowaways that have got up and inside the landing gear of these planes as they climb up into 30,000 feet and beyond. A lot of them, what happens, unfortunately, is they drop out either on descent, their bodies drop, or slip out as they're, gaining altitude after takeoff. It seems so hard to believe, but I guess if you landed in some dense bush, what sort of plants would cushion your fall? I guess we're going to find out. I mean, this is the tail of this plane sticking out of... It landed on a dormitory for doctors. There's this tail sticking right out of the building. So Ramesh... He was quoted as saying, 30 seconds after takeoff, there was a loud noise, and then the plane crashed. It all happened so quickly. When I got there, were bodies all around me. When I got up there. So he went up to follow where it crashed. Huh. I mean, the other bizarre one that I've heard is that stewardess who was strapped into the chair, falling like 40,000 feet and surviving. I think it was a Russian. Now here's going to be this seat is going to be in demand. Watch in the future. This is seat 11A, in a visual on your screen about how Ramesh here kicked open the emergency exit and bailed out of the plane at the last minute, or just in time. So there's some question whether, there's no way he would have survived the explosion. We'll go and watch the clip in a second. I want to try to stay away from it because it's a mass unfortunate event. We'll go frame by frame. I mean, he had to have jumped out of this plane just before. So the plane goes down the runway. You can see there's film out there. Just climbs up gently. And right about, maybe 50, 60, 100 feet, you start retracting the landing gear. And you become more... and you're able to gain more altitude in that sense. But the landing gear never retracted. And instead, what it looked like is he couldn't get enough power, and he just started descending. No landing gear, no response, nothing. Of course, there could be misinformation out there, but they're saying they're having problems, and, well, quote unquote, nothing was working on the plane beforehand. I've got a hard time believing that, but who knows? I mean, I've got a hard time believing that because these aircraft go through such intense checking. You wouldn't think that if there's systems that weren't functioning, and I mean, granted, when these posts said everything on there was not working, it was like the TV and the telephone that everybody has in their seats. Go have a look at that. There's so many people affected by this. So they're saying here, so Ramesh was the only known survivor of Air India Flight 171, a British national. Out of 230 people, only one survived. Not only did it take everyone out in the flight, it took out 54 confirmed casualties on the ground as well. It's so sad. All promising young doctors. Well, who knows who? I don't want to say all, but... So if the information up here is correct, Captain Sumeet Sabharwal had 8,200 hours of flying experience. Co-pilot Clive Kundar had 1,100 hours of experience. As soon as this flight took off, the pilot gave a Mayday call. OMG. So for those of you who are interested, I'll just run my cursor up and down, and you can see sped up what it looks like. I'm pretty sure you can see that. Let me check. Yeah, you can see that. So the person on the screen is also moving their cursor around to kind of zoom in and show you what happened to this particular aircraft. This is so heartbreaking. So this plane, all you're going to see is the plane take off and land with an enormous fireball. So here we go, down the runway. So apparently he's given a Mayday as soon as he took off. Oh. So he's lost hydraulics. Like right there, you see right there things go a little awry. He's up and he's down. Okay. Whoopsie. Hold on, let me try that again. Try making this smaller. There we go. So it looks like nothing's reacting. He's probably trying to get the landing gear up already, but it's not going up. All of a sudden he's stalling out. It creates a lot of drag on the aircraft, and the engines have to work extra hard. But there's more to it than that, I'm sure. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of... Well, I shouldn't say. Oh my gosh. So at what point does this dude jump out of it, I wonder? There's another camera angle. Right there you saw something fly out of the airplane. Or is that just my eyes? I know there's another clip. So there's conflicting reports. Some are saying there's 2 survivors. I found the second clip I was talking about. This is the one where people are saying that they believe they see... Well, first of all, well, who knows? But they believe they see something falling from the aircraft as it's descending. And they believe it to be the emergency exit door. Now, I don't know how they can tell. Maybe they know something that I don't. It just seems like a big black object flipping through the air. Let's see if we can't find it. I'll play the clip and then I'll try to find it. I'll play this clip in its entirety first.
पूरा ही गया होगा यार अपनी सवारी कितनी थी
Now I know it seems blurry, but there's a black blur blob just on the left of that screen. Let's zoom in. That's what they're talking about. You can see it suspended in the air right there, that black object to the left of the explosion. It's not part of the explosion. Let me see if I can get back to it. See that? It's flipping out. Let me see. There it is. You can see it. They think that... But how would the door... Does it have an eject on it? I mean, how would it get flying like that? So... I've got it in reverse here. It could be. 11A's up in front of the wing on the left. Ports. Right there. See? Maybe it's a... It seems to be coming up. The door's open. He's already gone out. Then the explosion. I mean, it could be. Holy sugar. That's like an Arnold Schwarzenegger stunt. Can you believe this, dude, if this is real? This has to be real. There's no doubt about it. It has to be. Holy mackerel. What do you guys have to say about this, Ramesh? Congratulations, bro. Could you imagine life for this guy now? Oh my god, what a nightmare. He's going to have all the hawks in there wanting to talk to him. The Daily Mail will be all up in there. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Peace.